Listen carefully, because this might change the way you see yourself forever. There's a quiet power that many older men carry, and most of them are completely unaware of it. It's not about money, it's not about looks, and it's definitely not about trying too hard. Yet somehow, when you walk into a room, a woman smiles, and you wonder, why? Here's the truth most men never realize. She's not reacting to what you're doing. She's responding to who you've become. When you were younger, you chased attention. You tried to impress, prove, perform. But life shaped you. It gave you setbacks. It taught you patience. It forced you to grow. And somewhere along the way, without even noticing, you stopped trying to be interesting, and you became interesting. A woman can feel that. She can sense a man who doesn't need validation, a man who isn't desperate for approval, a man who has lived, lost, learned, and still stands with quiet confidence. That smile? It's not about attraction in the shallow sense, it's recognition. Recognition of stability, of grounded energy, of a man who knows himself. You see, most younger men are loud, they compete, they chase, they rush. But you've learned the value of silence, of timing, of presence. And presence, real presence, is rare. When you speak less but mean more, when you listen without waiting to reply, when you stand without needing to prove anything, that's when attention finds you. Here's what you must understand. Women are not just drawn to excitement. They are drawn to certainty. And an older man who has faced life head-on carries a sense of certainty that cannot be faked. You don't panic easily. You don't overreact. You don't chase what isn't meant for you. That calm is magnetic. But here's where many men get it wrong. They dismiss the smile. They doubt it. They shrink themselves. They think, she must be joking. Why would she be interested in me? And in that moment, they lose the very thing that made them attractive. Confidence without arrogance. Let me tell you something powerful. A woman's smile is often an invitation, not necessarily to approach her, but to step into your own value. It's her way of saying, I see something in you. Do you see it too? Captivating her attention doesn't mean chasing her. It means owning your presence. Walk like a man who has nothing to prove. Speak like a man who values his words. Look at her, not with need, but with awareness. And if you choose to engage, do it with calm intention, not urgency. Because the real secret is this. Attraction grows in the space where a man is comfortable with himself. Not louder, not flashier, not younger, just real. So the next time a woman smiles at you, don't overthink it. Don't question it. Don't run from it. Stand tall. Meet that moment with quiet confidence. Because what she sees in you is something you've spent years becoming. And now, it's time you finally recognize it too. Attraction is often misunderstood as something you do, when in reality, it is something you become. Many men spend years trying to say the right words, wear the right clothes, or follow the latest advice, believing that effort alone creates connection. But what truly draws people in is not performance. It's identity. Over time, life naturally shapes a man's identity through experiences, challenges, failures, and growth. These moments build depth, character, and perspective, forming a presence that cannot be faked or rushed. When a man stops seeking validation and begins to understand himself, his values, his boundaries, and his direction, his energy changes. He no longer tries to impress because he no longer feels the need to prove anything. This shift creates authenticity, and authenticity is what people instinctively trust and respect. It allows conversations to feel effortless, interactions to feel genuine, and connections to form without pressure. Effort still has its place, but it should be directed inward, toward self-improvement, discipline, and purpose, rather than outward in constant attempts to gain approval. When identity becomes strong, attraction follows naturally, almost as a byproduct. It's subtle, yet powerful. People respond not to forced charm, but to the quiet confidence of someone who knows who they are. Emotional stability is one of the most quietly powerful traits a man can develop, Yet it's often overlooked because it doesn't demand attention. It earns it. In a world where reactions are quick, emotions run high, and people are easily shaken by small disruptions, a man who remains calm stands out without trying. His steadiness creates a sense of safety, and that feeling is deeply attractive on a psychological level. This doesn't mean suppressing emotions or becoming distant. It means understanding them, managing them, and responding with control instead of impulse. When challenges arise, he doesn't panic. When disagreements happen, he doesn't lose himself in anger. Instead, he listens, processes, and responds with clarity. That level of control signals maturity and strength, not weakness. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel at ease. A calm presence can lower tension in a room, create trust in conversations, and make others feel understood rather than judged. It shows that a man is not easily thrown off balance by external circumstances or the opinions of others. That reliability becomes a foundation for respect. Over time, emotional stability reflects a deeper level of self-mastery. It shows that a man has faced difficulties and learned from them instead of being controlled by them. This inner balance creates a quiet confidence that doesn't need to be announced. It's felt. And in that feeling, attraction grows naturally because people recognize strength not just in what a man achieves, but in how he carries himself through life. When you bring these truths together, a clear pattern emerges. Attraction isn't built through force, performance, or constant effort. It's revealed through growth, self-awareness, and emotional control. A man who understands his identity and manages his emotions doesn't need to chase attention because his presence naturally commands it. He becomes someone people feel, not just someone they notice. In the end, it's the combination of authenticity and stability that sets him apart. He is grounded in who he is, steady in how he responds, and clear in what he values. That kind of energy cannot be imitated for long. It must be developed over time. And once it is, it changes how others see him, and more importantly, how he sees himself. This is where real confidence is born, not from external validation, but from inner alignment. And when a man reaches that point, attraction is no longer something he seeks. It becomes something that naturally follows him.